Hey Soul Fam, as promised, I'm going to share with you the Green Tara practice, or this is my version of the Green Tara practice. So first I'm going to explain what that is. So if all you're doing is positive thinking all the time and you're not facing your fears or your shadow, then you're not going to make it through the fourth dimension to the fifth dimension. So when we get to the fourth dimension, this is where we manifest from spirit to spirit, which then turns into matter. And if you have fear, you are going to be manifesting based on your fear. So you need to completely master your inner peace. And you need to be able to hold the same internal frequency, whether you're cruising down the road with your windows down and your radio blasting, or if you have a flat tire on the side of the road and you're late for an appointment. Okay, you need to be able to hold the same frequency if I'm young and vibrant and beautiful, or if I'm an old, ugly hag with wrinkles and whose health is falling apart. So we need to be able to maintain the same level of inner peace. And that's what this practice is for. This practice is for cultivating inner peace, because our external reality responds to our frequency that we're holding. So by the time you actually can hold the same frequency, whether you're young and beautiful and vibrant, or you're an old ugly hag, or whether you're cruising down the highway or have a flat tire, that is when you hold the same frequency of neutrality or contentment and joy, that's when the universe will stop giving you flat tires. This is when you become the master of your reality. So I just want to say also, I really appreciate everybody who's been tuning into my channel. I've been getting a lot of nice comments and emails, and thanks for being on this journey with me, you all. I'm learning from you also. You inspire me. This is a collective thing. I tune into the field. I feel you. This information comes through me for you. So thank you for helping me bring this through. Okay, so let's see. Before we actually start with the meditation, I'll give you a couple more examples. So of why it's important to conquer fear and how to conquer fear. And so when COVID first hit, the first week, I didn't know what was going on. I'm not like, eventually I figured out that it was all BS, but at first, like the first week, I was just as freaked out as anyone else, right? I was thinking people were going to be like dropping dead in the street. So there was one time, I know that now looking back, you probably think this sounds exaggerated, but we were all scared in the beginning. So there was this one moment where like I wanted to go to the store, but I was like, oh my God, what if I die? What if I go to the store and then I die? And so what I did was I proceeded to imagine my death. I was like, this is so embarrassing. I'm a healer. What will people say if they know that I've died? How unhealer of me. And I just imagined, I just allowed myself to fully die. And then I imagined my funeral. And then that allowed me to quickly break through the fear, because it's like, okay, well, I'm dead. So now what? Well, life goes on. Once I actually went through the whole process, okay? And so ayahuasca also helped me. If you follow my work, you probably heard some of these stories before. But yeah, one time ayahuasca brought me into this experience where I was like, felt like I was dying. I was like experiencing a car crash in the trip. It was a bad trip. And I stopped it in the moment, but then I had to come back to it. And again, I had to picture my own death. I had to let myself go through the process of dying and smash all over everything and die and watch my spirit come out of my body and watch everybody be sad for me and go to my own funeral. And then it like released this fear of death. Okay, one more example around death was the beach where I live at. Well, they used to do human sacrifice here, so there's a lot of wandering souls that are like pull people into the water, and historically a lot of people drowned here. It seems like less and less, because well, me and some other people have been doing work to clear these spirits from the land, but there used to be a lot of drownings here. And in my first few years here, I definitely witnessed drownings on a regular basis. And so maybe my second year living here, I did this deep reflection where, well, sometimes I would like hear cries coming out of the water, and I would hear, it was like haunting, and I swim in the water every day. So every day I swim in the water and I'm like, maybe I'll drown. Like, this is scary. I better be careful with the ocean. There's a really strong riptide. So it's wide open Pacific Ocean. No bay, just lots of strong riptides and haunting spirits of lost souls. So for several months, I was led by higher guidance into a practice of literally visualizing my own death over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and like visualizing myself drowning and fully coming to terms with death. And at that time I was even offering a program called Death Medicine, which helps people like come to terms with their own death. And it's really liberating. It's really freeing. If you're a leader on the spiritual path, if you're someone who's going first, if you're a way shower, it's really important to picture your own death and to picture your own funeral. Like, I'm not sharing all the fruit that comes out of each time that I did it, but there's so many fruit that comes out of like moving beyond death. It puts your life into perspective. And there's other things that you can do to simulate death. Like here we use the sweat lodge, which makes you feel really humble, makes you feel like shit, makes you feel like you're dying. It causes like a panic attack, not panic attack, but like fight or flight response in your body. And it kind of like induces an ego death experience. So there's ways you can work with that kind of medicine to get you really humble, to put your life into perspective. So going back to so I spent several months couple years ago deeply contemplating my own death and visualizing drowning and just picturing like the other side of death. Okay, I've left my life behind. Like, what did I leave behind? What did I do right? What did I do wrong? It really shows you what's important. And about exactly a year after I did that and fully accepted it and like mastered it, I mean, as much as you can, obviously, I still feel fear, but it was shown to me that we have access to immortality now. And I had so come to terms with death. So in order to be able to access immortality, which is something that I talk about on this channel, and it continues to be revealed to me, the pathways from many sources. In order to access immortality, you have to first totally accept death. And in order to access any kind of like deep inner peace, you have to face and integrate the monsters, right? So, yeah. I have one friend who, she's beautiful from the inside out. And as she's getting older, she's just like gone down kicking and screaming like, no, I have to get my kicks in before I'm not beautiful anymore. And I actually have one of my grandmothers. She was very beautiful and she relied heavily on her physical beauty throughout her life. And then when she stopped being beautiful, she just locked herself in her house and became a recluse and like never came out again and kind of went crazy. So we have to, we can be at peace. We can stop getting flat tires. We can maintain beauty, but we have to be able to do this from the peace of our heart and the willingness to dance of all that comes at us in reality. The willingness to dance with death as much as we dance with life, and to dance with decay as much as we dance with vibrancy. And so that's what the Green Tara practice really tackles. I've also criticized people who only follow the work of Abraham Hicks because it's all about visualizing figures of light, you know, metaphorically, you know what I mean? Like holding a positive frequency. But we really need to cultivate the ability to be with the darkness. And so I also have on my website, there's a shadow work worksheet that has similar practices to this. This is really in the realm of the shadow work department. And so I want you to, I'm going to guide you in a meditation now. I want you to bring up something that scares you. So it could be like your boyfriend talking to another girl. It could be like losing your house. What's the thing that most scares you? It could be death. What do you, okay, here's a question. What do you like cringe against? What are you bracing against? Like, no, like, anything that we're going to, we're actually attracting it. So we want to break through so that we are anchoring into inner peace. So what makes you go Is it like, oh no, I'm not making as much money? Oh no, I got a wrinkle. Is it, oh, my boyfriend looked at some girl? Like, what makes you go Okay, even the roosters are singing with us. Okay, so bring up your fear. Just have it in mind. We're not going to go all the way in it. Just know what you're going to work with, okay? And here we go. I invite you to straighten your spine. And deepen your breath, allowing each exhale to help you relax your body further. Now get in tune with the energy of the earth right where you are, that special place on the globe. What is her vibration like right there? Notice what her personality is like. Now I invite you to send your roots into the earth as if you were a tree. And I invite you to imagine that the sunlight is pouring through your skin and through your crown. And as this intelligent, conscious light comes into your body, it's cleansing, nourishing, and upgrading you. I want you to send the command to your DNA to activate and upgrade now. Just feel how this light goes through you. Just let it dissolve any density you might be holding on to. Now I want you to turn yourself into a channel of light and imagine that there's many of us all around the globe doing the same thing, turning ourselves into channels of light, acting as acupuncture points on the globe. Let that light pour all the way through you, first cleansing, nourishing, and upgrading you, and then flooding into the core of the earth. I want you to imagine that the earth is getting so filled up with light that the crust of the earth is now beginning to glow. And the light that's moving through you, the light that's filling the earth, and the light that's coming back up has a feeling quality of love, lightness, joy, compassion. compassion, forgiveness, ease, peace, inner peace. Now I want you to imagine that elsewhere in the globe, there's people who are not meditating. They're just connecting with the earth, and they're getting the same vibe just by being in contact with the earth. Just imagine that this feeling quality of love, joy, lightness of being, forgiveness, deep inner peace is now radiating from the earth, available easily for all, even when they're not even trying to meditate or be conscious. Now I invite you to place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly, silently calling your spirit into your body, all the way your spirit, your respiration, landing your consciousness deep in your body. And take a moment to connect with yourself and to connect with your intention. Now you can relax and keep your eyes closed and drop your attention, your consciousness into your heart, as if your heart has eyes and your heart has a brain. I want you to imagine that you're in a dark forest by yourself at night. And I want you to think of everything scary about that forest. Lions and tigers and bears and ticks and mosquitoes and psychopaths. Getting lost, bats, and try to see if you can bring up a scared feeling in your physical body. Imagine what it would feel like to be in a forest alone at night, thinking about ticks and snakes and mountain lions. And I want you to practice and play with bringing a feeling of fear into your body and commanding it to calm. And go back and forth a few times and feel the physical biology of fear and feel the power that you have to invoke a feeling of calm out of nowhere. Imagine the creepy, the crawly, the startling, the scared, and imagine commanding yourself to calm. time is right, you can try that in real life sometime. Go into a forest at night. Think of everything that scares you. Feel how it feels in your body. And practice commanding your nervous system to calm. That will be your training. Let's go to scenario number 2. I want you to visualize that you are walking down a country road in Mexico. Cute houses, farm scenery. Now I want you to picture that a very scary guard dog comes charging at you. And I want you to imagine physically, bring a feeling of scared in your body. Now I want you to practice commanding your body to calm. And I want you to go back and forth. Practice the physical feeling of what that would feel like to be scared in real actual danger. And then practice commanding your body to calm your nervous system even in the face of danger. So if that ever happens in real life, you can practice it. If you're in a situation where you actually feel scared, or you could actually be in real physical danger, of course, remove yourself from the danger and take precautions. But calming your inner nervous system will help your external reality be able to reflect that peace back to you. So you can remember, you can command your nervous system to calm at any time. You can invoke a feeling of inner peace, even if there's a crazy dog barking at you. I do this all the time. I guarantee you, if you panic, the dog will get worse. Okay? So let's go to the third scenario. What is your worst fear? Is it your partner leaves you, you lose your job, you lose your house, everything falls apart? What's your biggest fear? What are you cringing against? What are you constantly trying to hold your shit together so it doesn't happen? Just go right into it and just imagine that it happens. Now just see yourself, your consciousness is still there, even on the other side of that. So just play it all the way out. Fast forward even more. The thing happened. Your worst nightmare happened. Now I want you just to, as if it was a movie, fast forward, fast forward, fast forward. Let the whole thing play out. Who else is there? Who's watching you fail? What happens? Who supports you? How do you pick yourself back up? And if you need more time on this one, you can pause the video and take a whole entire day with that if you want. I don't know, like you're safe in your room, on your meditation cushion, in your bed. Take your time with that and just don't resist it. Let it play all the way out. Okay, so now I want you to picture your best case scenario, kind of like the opposite of whatever that thing you were afraid of. Picture that your marriage is so happy, you get a raise at your job, you win the lottery. Like, picture that feeling. Now feel how that would physically feel in your body. You just won the freaking lottery. Okay, feel how it feels in your body. Now, I want you to go back to the failure moment. Your life is collapsing, your wife left you, you lost your house. And I want you to see if you can hold the I just won the lottery feeling while the bad thing is happening. Just play with that. Okay, let's try one more. I want you to hold neutrality. Hold neutrality with I won the lottery, or whatever the good case scenario is. Now hold neutrality with the worst case scenario and play with holding the same neutral content frequency and going back and forth between the scenarios. This is how you develop mastery of your reality. Can you maintain a feeling of contentment as you're losing everything or gaining everything? The only secure attachment you need is a secure attachment with God, with oneness, with the oneness that you're a part of. Trust in the process, trust in the oneness. Cultivate contentment. What would it be like to abide in contentment all the time and have that reflected back to you? Can you bring about the same feeling of contentment while living in a hut or living in a mansion? Okay, friends, we're gonna start to wrap it up. So now I just want you to place both hands on your heart, and I want you to bring a feeling of gratitude into your heart, and I want you to count your blessings right now. Witness yourself. Look at all you've come through. Look at all you've accomplished. Look at all that you have. Look at who loves you. Look at your dedication to yourself and your own self-growth and your own self-healing. Take a moment to feel grateful for all of that and generate the feeling of a hug in your heart. I want you to spread that feeling of a hug all through your body, just pouring yourself with that medicine that you are, that love that you are. Just receive your own goodness. Fill every crevice of yourself with that hug, love energy to yourself, from yourself. Now let it radiate out in 2 meters every direction, your whole field. Put yourself in a bubble of that hug, love energy, that good vibe that you are. You are love. And take a moment to just wish that other people who are seeking the path of inner peace can find these pathways that you have opened up today in the collective mind through this work that you're doing. Just take a moment to dedicate this inner peace that you have cultivated for yourself, dedicate it to the collective. May all beings be happy. May all beings find peace. May all beings feel joy. May all beings be content, whether they're in a hut or in a mansion. When you feel ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you, Soul Fam, for being here. I really appreciate all of you. And this was a little bit of shadow work, shadow play in the style of the Green Tara transmission. And if you like this, you can download the shadow work worksheet on my website. My website is lovelikeanocean.com. You can also book an appointment there if you need additional support. And currently I'm doing everything by donation. I really appreciate your donations. I'm also building a pranic living center to help people learn how to nourish directly from source. So healing is easier than you think. You can do it with your own breath. You can do it with the sun. You can do it through connecting to the elements. And I really appreciate being on this journey with all of you. Thank you for all your beautiful comments and emails and for sharing the videos and for showing up. So I'll see you soon.